This listener question has been sent in by Manuel Omil. Santiago de Compostela Cathedral has been a place of pilgrimage since the Middle Ages. It takes 8 people to swing its 80-kilogram incense burner on a 65-meter rope, making it one of the world's largest. Why do locals claim it was necessary in the past? Santiago de Compostela Cathedral has been a place of pilgrimage since the Middle Ages. It takes 8 people to swing its 80-kilogram incense burner on a 65-meter rope, making it one of the world's largest. Why do locals claim it was necessary in the past?
I get angry when we get a question that I should have done as a video. Like, I want to see this. 65-meter rope and an incense burner with the weight of a person. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah. How far do we think that incense smell would go?
Oh, it'd go every... Sorry, I would just like to point out the thing that I'm freaking out about the most is that makes it one of the largest incense burners. Surely you'd be the top by a mile. Just like, takes 8 people to even get this incense burner swinging. So, it's pretty big. It's kind of all right. In top 10. Like, we have a lot of incense.
I'm also trying to work out if they swing it like you ring a bell. Like, is there a rope somewhere on the ground? And they're... Wow, okay. Why on earth would that be necessary?
I mean, when I think the Middle Ages and you got something that creates a big smell, I assume you're covering up the smell of death in some way.
Yes.
I would say there's probably a more reasonable smell, isn't it? Right? If it's because I don't think many people are getting there and just dropping dead straight away. It is the Middle Ages. Well, you never know.
That's what everything has ever shown me.
But this is a pilgrimage site, right? So you've got people in the Middle Ages who haven't showered in 40 years because last time they showered, someone got the plague, and then now it's bad for you. Who have walked like 20 days and then arrived at a cathedral and gone, oh, I'd just like to come to mass now, please. That is the smelliest human being who has ever lived. You need, I would say, a 65-kilo, 8-person incense burner to get the smell off that smelly Middle Ages man.
No, they just took the person and put them in the incense burner and just kind of swung them back and forth. No, that would have the opposite effect. I was trying to see if that was some sort of... I was thinking that was going to be some sort of cleaning thing, but what that would actually do is just spread the smell. That would be the opposite.
Yeah, we got an incense burner, but we just put a dirty man inside. Everybody.
What we've got is that incense burner as a giant swing and just a fire hose, and I've just invented a new theme park ride. Never mind.
Now, I think this is completely valid. I think it's a great idea. Where is this place? So we got a little bit of a place name, but I wasn't clear on exactly what country it was in. And so would that have been the most efficient way of cleansing these people's disgusting pilgrimage smell? Or should you have just dumped them in the sea because the sea is right there?
I'm not sure it was about efficiency or practicality, by today's standards at least.
So whereabouts is this? This is Spain, Portugal?
It sounded Spanish.
Santiago de Compostela, Spain. Yeah, that sounds...
Yeah, there are like 8 Santiagos, aren't there?
It is the endpoint of a popular pilgrimage route.
And is that important to the answer here? Like, there's large groups of people turning up and...
Yes.
Did they all bring their own incense? And they just had an enormous surplus of incense and just kept burning bigger and bigger piles?
That'd be like you rock up, you finish your pilgrimage, you're like, add my incense to the incense pile, and then they add it to the pile, and the pile gets too big.
Okay, you guys pretty much have gotten the answer. Do you want to pick what you think it is?
Oh, man.
All right, I'll put my vote for, in an effort to relate to the kids, the priest got onto the incense and he swung in. He said, you know who else swung in like a wrecking ball to break the traditions of the Pharisees? It's a young man named Jesus Christ.
I want to put my vote in for a surplus of incense. Dani?
I think I really like the idea of people stank too much.
People stank too much.
Yes, those stinky
well
boys.
Done,
so it was a way to remove stench and illness after a long, long, stinky pilgrimage.
Wow.
Oh, so they had the real reason and the real reason and made them less sick. Yeah,
but that was such a big... Let's transition and talk about stuff that people on the internet already know. Like, the smell thing was so big back in the Middle Ages, right? That's why, like, plague doctors wore the flowers in the end of their big old bird beaks.
That's
Because
why
they
I
were like,
assumed it was death.
yeah, well, yeah, but like, it's just that feeling of like, well, bad smell equals disease. So if you get rid of bad smell, you get rid of disease. You can cleanse the place. As long as you can't smell the miasma, you'll be fine.
Maybe they should hold anime expos at the cathedral.
It is now making me realize, based on knowing what the real answer is and how those people, they actually made it into the church, presumably, to get this effect. Whereas I was picturing the church like blasting incense all over an entire town to clear every possible corpse smell over this entire...
I think they sort of maybe might be doing that. The incense burner known as Bota Fumiero, a smoke expeller. Well, that's what it was known as. It was said to be used to remove the stench and supposedly illness from pilgrims that had walked many, many miles to the cathedral. Each performance cost 450 euros to put on, and the rope has to be changed roughly every 20 years. I wonder how they found that out.
At some point, a giant incense burner flew through the cathedral, took out a stained glass window, and 3 bystanders.
It might not be the biggest, but it sure was the fastest.